I think the series will go 2-1. I don't think these two teams are... Again, I think Spirit are playing a lot better as of recent. Obviously, they are a world-class team.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody had Spirit.
One EWC.
I haven't talked to anybody who didn't have Spirit as their favorite to win this TI.
So that's a given. But like I said, I genuinely think XG are a fine matchup against them, and I think they are a better and scary matchup for Spirit than a lot of other teams because of the two factors. One, they can go late and they can go toe-to-toe in the team fights. And I also think the way they draft is kind of weird for Spirit because they're a little unpredictable. Like, they have these weird picks for Jinkyu. Ame is going to kind of play either something random or Juggernaut or something fast. XM's hero pool is kind of weird for Laurel to play into because generally Team Spirit are happy to sacrifice Laurel or pick his hero blind or pick hero that doesn't have the best laning phase but can do a lot in the game. And XM has a lot of these cheese pick mids that might just not even let you go up to the wave.
Yeah, how many times have Spirit been sniped?
Exactly.
By XM.
Exactly. So I think a lot of these little things, if they occur in the draft, can cause Spirit problems. This draft seems more straightforward, more stable.
Yeah, this didn't happen. Laurel, you're saying, has the advantage over the Leshrac, especially with the way you were talking about. The chain gang really adds to that disruptive control.
I think it's a very good Ember game in terms of his core matchups going around in the game, but he could get tempoed out here a little bit because he doesn't have the best follow-up with the supports. That's the only part I don't like about Spirit's lineup is this Silencer Bane behind the Ember just feels... True. What are we doing? Like, are you bringing supports to Ember? And I think whenever you can't do that, the hero generally loses a lot of his luster. Like, the impact of this hero is not him going around slight chaining people. It's going around slight chaining them into something.
Yeah.
That's
where classically it was like Morana Arrow, right? Slight chains into Arrow was one of my favorite combinations that just felt so obnoxious to play up against. But early smoke is going to be ruined here by Team Spirit as they try and invade the jungle, but blocked out by good defensive ward and defensive positioning.
30 seconds.
Xnova, you said he is one of your favorite players to watch on Xtreme. Why is that?
I mean, I've just been a fan of this guy since some of his early runs at TI. I think he's a beast of a player, very good teammate. I've never heard anything negative about this guy from like a team atmosphere, communication standpoint, right?
Yeah.
I just think he's super valuable. I think every team he goes to improves. Like, his track record is very good. People speak very highly of him. And I think he's a fabulous player. I think he's been under the radar for some time, and this is another good opportunity to show up at TI. Sleep dodge.
Played. Good start for the newcomer to Team Spirit, Rue. They already got a series win, but nice little cute play there with Self Nightmare to dodge the unstable concoction.
I'm going to be honest. I don't even know if that's worth the mana. I think I'd rather just take the hit. But it's mental damage.
I was a little bit surprised he didn't Nightmare the Alchemist.
That was another possibility as well.
Fun first sight. So
but again,
done himself.
You have to think about the mental warfare here. You're already thinking about what is Xiaoi going to tell me after this game about not landing that concoction. It's already in his head.
When the true mental damage is he unstable concoctions himself?
That would also be some mental
Isn't that the most embarrassing outcome?
Maybe we'll see that at some point.
All right. How are the lanes going to go here? You already seem pretty skeptical of the Alchemist pick in particular because of the lane matchup.
I think Alec Disruptor is a very strong lane. This is a lane you can get really aggressive on early, so they have to win it in the first like 2 to 3 levels.
Okay.
You do not want to let Collapse sit here with full resources going into levels 3 to 5, especially if Rue doesn't have to sap a lot of XP. If he gets stacks, that's an absolute nightmare. So keep putting the aggression on, use your mana early well, and this lane is favored for XG, at least in that portion. Top lane is going to be the tough one. This is a very strong lane for Spirit.
And you already see First Blood going to Yutoro.
Add some extra brain drain as well.
Okay, he pops the Fairy Fire. I thought he was just going to kill himself on the creep wave that was following him this entire wave.
He wants to make sure all these creeps go to Papa Yutoro over here. Can't lose a single one. You get kicked from the team. Very strong lane for Spirit. Double melee into that. This was a lane for XG that was picked for the mid game, not this laning phase. You're just trying to survive through it, get the Mars whatever you can, and let the Spirit Breaker roam. Look for the Breaker into mid or bottom in this game, right? He's the guy who's going to move around. He can create the kill threat, particularly if Laurel gets chipped down mid. I don't think this is a lane XM will win straight up. Like, he's going to win it a little, but he's not going to dumpster Laurel to the point where this Ember can't have a good Ember game. But if the roam from the Breaker comes through off of no chains early, off of some rune battle, that can sway this game a lot. Same on that bottom lane. If there's a couple kills that happen bottom lane for this Alchemist to accelerate him, I would want Jin-Q moving in the first 10 minutes here. I don't think doing much top is going to change this game, but I do think accelerating the Alk or the Lesh does a lot for XG's game plan. Far more important than whatever you're getting for this Mars.
I think that's why that first death hurts so much for the Spirit Breaker, because an ideal situation for this lane is he just like pulls lanes constantly, right? And he soaks a level 2 at some point in time and makes the early charge over.
It used to be the playbook. Like pull wave, reset equilibrium, sap for level 2, insta charge somewhere else.
And you're matched up against a Silencer who doesn't really have a way to stop you unless the damage is overwhelming, which clearly it got to that point. Trying to fight for Lotus's body block from Rune, not going to work out. X-Nova sneaks into Lotus Pool and contests it. Now it's going to be the battle, 2v2, one on each side. The Disruptor push pushes Rue all the way across the pool.
Well, that was
X-Nova
effective.
gets the benefit of it.
As I'm telling you, watch this guy, man. He's a beast.
Yeah, intentional? Is that what you're saying?
They did get the Mars kill top. Again, this lane, you're just trying to get out of it if you're XG. The more gold you feed up here, the faster the Sven gets off to. It's going to be trouble for your Alchemist. You do not want to let Yatoro create a gap here against Ame, particularly in this matchup.
I would also say that the early kills, the experience for Maposhka, Silencers, it can be a really tough laner. You get the extra early level in Clave or Curse. Laurel gets very low, but still, as your prediction, XM is winning the lane, but has not been able to dumpster Laurel just yet.
This guy's just a really tough player to dumpster, too. Super consistent. Pretty hard to build an advantage on. Is used to having his hero picked early, so almost always plays disadvantaged matchups. I mean, Spirit don't really care what happens mid lane in most of their games. They care a lot more about these two side laners. There's that kill Rue was looking for. Gets that level 2 sap to go to work. And this aggressive bottom lane never snagged the kill for XG. Little worrying there for the Disruptor start. You want that extra kill or two to get the experience going so you can snowball this game a little bit more. Get Ame into the jungle with a bit more points into the acid spray. Could be a slow start here for Xtreme Gaming.
Yatoro is very low on CS, though. They may have gotten the kills out of the lane, but
Does lead denies.
he does lead denies.
That says something.
Says something about the fixation here, I guess. What they're trying to accomplish, which is killing Jin-Q over and over again. And denying as much experience as possible. Another stack, though, accomplished. Nothing Jin-Q can do to stop that one.
That said, this Sven is leading a net worth chart. So he's doing just fine. Sacrifice some CS, but you pick up an extra kill or two. That'll even it right out.
It's surprising that despite the much lower CS, he's still beating out the Alchemist.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This early start for Spirit in terms of the carry differential matters a lot here.
Diabolic Edict forced out by Maposhka, rotating into the mid lane. Good timing for it, too, because Jin-Q was already charging into mid, so the counterbalance remains. Maposhka keeping Jin-Q from getting much accomplished in the laning phase.
This is also setting up that 6-minute power rune, which Spirit really want here. They are bringing both supports towards mid. They're dewarding and warding on both sides here. Triple sentry dropped across the river to secure the advantage for Laurel.
Yeah, the Xtreme are just giving it up, most likely.
I mean, what are you supposed to do to contest here? Your supports just don't have the levels. And your Lesh had to go heal. Nice power rune win for Spirit, denying it out from the Lesh. Don't get the best one, but you'll take the little advantage here.
We'll see if he, at any point, is able to get a good disjoint.
Oh, back to leaving this Ember alone. Prioritize the side lanes. And again, the pressure is on XG here to make some moves with their supports and open up this game. To get the D-ward around mid, that's nice.
Do you think there's any pressure for Laurel to move to side lanes?
No, unless you are responding.
Okay. So he's just going to match the Leshrac?
Yeah, basically. You want to keep tabs on the Lesh and the Spear Breaker in particular. Would not be surprised to see a pretty defensive game from Spirit here. They have very good defensive heroes, very good heroes at reacting. Like Silencer, Ember, Bane, all great at abusing dives or taking advantage of XG overextending. Just keep the stacking up so you don't fall behind on economy. Play your Sven Underlord game. Keep getting solo levels on the Ember. You're pretty happy. Again, another reason there's some pressure on XG to kind of get some more done here. Or at least find something for Xingqiu. That's the guy I'm worried about here on this Spirit Breaker. It's a very static game. There's not a lot of fighting. Not the best hero for stacking jungle. Not the best hero to just take over an empty lane. You feel a little bad about it. You'd rather just have a bunch of people dying if all is said and done. We'll charge bottom here. And there is no vision on this.
Yeah, but the charge isn't really going to hit at a good timing here. Also, was he charging the creep buff? No.
No.
He's charging Mapochka, who went back through the gate. I see.
Awkward charge for him. That would have been seen, so... Again, no action for this breaker.
And another power rune that's going to be contested, though. This time, they may have a more even fight on their hands. 2v2. They're going to commit to the top side here. Ember Spirit also commits, and Invis going to be grabbed. Laurel stunned up for a second. The gate comes through. And collapse with the punish. Just a single pit is all it takes to ensure XM's demise. And Xingqiu will have to charge away in fear.
There's the defensive capability in this lineup. The Underlord Gate, bringing numbers to all these little dives. I have said a lot about this breaker charging things around the map to get stuff done, but as we saw there, I also don't know how easy it is for Xingqiu to force the issue. Feels like no matter where he goes, Spirit would have numbers or they'd be willing to take that defensive fight. They're just locking the map down right now.
Going on to Xnova here, but the charge will still come through. And Mapochka likely to die here as Xtreme brought a lot of heroes to stop this invasion.
Okay.
Good call from Spirit, though, to pull the plug on that one. We saw Rue back out and just leave Mapochka to die, limiting the losses.
Some experience, though. Very much needed for this support duo.
That's true.
Side of XG. You want to get these ults up. Disruptor, Spirit Breaker need level 6s in this game to get that extra kill threat going, particularly on the Ember mid, who's going to be the bulwark of Spirit's early game. If you can get Static Storm, Nether Strike up, Laurel cannot play as aggressively, might not get bailed out by the Silencer ult either, as...
And Rue being an obnoxious little menace here, but I don't think he realized just how many heroes were still in the neighborhood. Laurel, he might still reach out for that Xnova kill. No, he plays it safe. Holds the creep wave, stun in from behind right as he got bashed. Wait a minute, the spear is still there, and all 5 of Xtreme show up to get a kill on Laurel. He thought there was no way he could be possibly killed by the lineup of Xtreme, but a fortuitous bash from the Spirit Breaker sets things off.
17%. That's all you need sometimes, especially at the right time. The fact Ame rotated, that was a really nice rotation for him. Does so much for them in the early game. Getting those extra levels up, punishing the over-aggression. Just didn't have remnants on the Ember to reach in there and get that easy disruptor slight.
Will still get the power room.
Oh, look at this rotation. Yatoro.
Coming in from behind, and Ame. Well, there's the glimpse to send him back, so Ame will survive here. And the charge, maybe they can still get a punish. Though Mapochka really wanted that kill on Ame, Xingqiu with just a little bit of interference is enough to dissuade the chase. But on the way out, he gets caught by Rue. Nightmare back into the rest of the team, quickly surrounded and killed. Collapse, he gets the kill. Mapochka gets the intelligence.
Nice move from Spirit. Catching XG off guard, but they do have enough to get Ame out of that situation. Will cost them the tower. Or will it? Ame
not willing to give up his tower, not to Yatoro anyway. And XXS with the arena on 2. Beautiful setup that gets the kill onto the Sven. A teleport away attempted by Collapse, denied as Xnova gets the glimpse on him, and a second core kill for Xtreme Gaming. The defensive play goes both ways here, Avery.
Oh, that was a super nice revenge. Spirit just did not expect that at all. Completely overextending on this tower. I thought the sequence was over.
Oh no, Ame, you could have been patient with it. Had it deny on a tower, free for the taking, but tried to rush it.
Not his finest moment. At least he'll get some recovery stats here.
To his be fair.
Ame, don't have ult? Okay, let's not go into a missed tower deny into dying to neutrals. That would have been a
right after
sequence.
You tip Yatoro, that would have been really embarrassing. You know, like when you trip in front of your crush at school? Just like that. Glimpse back, Rue. No, he's kind of stuck, but I guess the damage just isn't there from Xtreme. Xingqiu still not having his level 6.
Not there from Spirit either, though. Okay. Damage is there from Yatoro.
What was happening here?
Just chased down. No arena to bail him out. Really nice pickup. Getting the Sven involved very early in this game. Just
Hey.
Mask Madness running around.
Getting the Underlord involved
yeah,
as well really
for sure.
early. Like, it seems like they're using Gate off cooldown.
I mean, this is a good tempo for Spirit. If they don't get run over in the early game, I think they're very comfortable with how their draft scales here.
Is it like the best defense is a good offense? Just keep attacking Xtreme and not let them get the setup for whatever team fight they want to play, whatever smoke move they want to make.
I mean, that's one way to do it. I feel it's just more getting the Sven involved, right? Because this Alk is going to be involved in early plays. Like, we saw it on the kill in the Ember. We saw it on the bottom tower. It's a carry that has good spells to contribute and is going to be involved at least a little bit just based on how XG's draft functions. If you end up playing this game 4-on-5, some really bad stuff can happen. If you bring the Sven at least once or twice, it does a lot for the team to have that extra damage. Didn't work out the best, but still, you look at the net worth and how this game is developing. Another power rune, double damage here for the Ember. That's a really nice pickup. And you're going to have this aura soon for collapse. That's going to be a big point in this game. Can XG fight through some of the aura timings from this Underlord? They're going to be nasty, particularly the pipe in this game. Like, you have an Atos Lesh. You're going to have a Yule's Mars. These are early fighting items. It's some good early lockdown. You need a lot of damage follow-up. That is where the Alchemist is going to have to deliver. Like, Ame is the majority of the damage follow-up to play off these two cores going in. Lesh has a lot of damage and spells, of course, but he can get bursted down.
Maploshka trying to push in that mid lane will be caught out by the fresh Rod of Atos. Blade Mail going to work, but XM, they just have enough HP to survive through it. Laurel gets so aggressive, but the charge on with the glimpse.
Okay.
Nicely comboed there from X-Nova and Jin Q, saving XM's life and giving him the kill in the process. Rue is going to snatch away the Wisdom Rune, but TP away at the same time as he takes it.
Oh.
He dodges the unstable concoction that was coming his way.
That's such a beautiful play right there. You get everything, you give up nothing. Very nice steal, salvaging what was happening right now. As Spirit gave up a lot around that mid lane. That was a Blade Mail amp damage Ember that you just sacrificed straight into this Leshrac. I mean, he has a lot of HP, 1500 HP for XM. He's just able to tank through it all.
Got him right on the edge. Hit, slowing down XXS. Maploshka once again with the blood grenades. Wants to get these kills, but
Or free up the inventory slot.
maybe.
It's got a lot of consumables here.
You think that item, do you think blood grenade adds more to the supports that do not bring stuns to the table?
Oh, 100%. I mean, it adds
Right?
to everything in the early game. I was actually thinking about this. How much did effective removal of Orb of Venom hurt the early melee roamers in Dota?
Yo, yeah.
Because Orb of Frost is just not comparable.
No, it's not.
But you have blood grenades. So there was some sort of early aggression trade-off there, right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, what if you had the old Orb of Venom plus blood grenades now?
Yeah, fourth.
I mean, how
Run around
much?
melee fours would be unstoppable.
Yeah, you just have guaranteed chase down kill threat. Man, Collapse has been everywhere in this game.
He has.
He even gets a free trip.
Yeah, doesn't have to bother going back through the gate. He can, and this is the thing I love playing Underlord lately. Some of the things that they changed about him, it just makes him a much more aggressive hero. Combined with this cleave facet, you go, you get a kill, you use that kill and the bonus damage you get alongside the cleave facet, and you are just wipe out the entire jungle so much faster.
He is getting fat in this game. Like, he is going to be a teamfight beast.
There's a reason why, not too long ago, people were trying this hero as care.
Atos on this Ember, trying to lock him down. Ame joining the fight.
Global Sound's going to be used, and it will save Laurel's life.
Oh, that grip, that is a nasty grip.
It is a nasty one. They don't have much ways to stop. The Split Earth comes in the last second. Now the arena trying to protect him, but Laurel goes back in for the kill. Ame has protection. He had a wand, had some heals, and now Laurel has overstepped himself. It draws in XM, a mid lane trade. Meanwhile, Jin Q charging through the middle of all of them, trying to bail out XXS. A pushback, they go for Yatoro. Yatoro in trouble. Ame brings him down, and now turns his focus onto a collapse. Team Spirit, they chose to fight this one, but it was into a Radiance Alchemist, and it's not a fight they can win out, especially if it goes long, and it certainly has gone long. 15 seconds of team fight, 15 seconds of Radiance burns and glimpse backs. Xtreme walk away the victors of this bout.
Difference there, carry diff. You have this Alchemist burning everybody, gets max use out of his ultimate. I would love to have seen how much damage Ame tanked in that fight, because he had basically 3 effective jumps, and this Sven had no god strength to contribute. You see the damage differential.
Yeah, 3,000 more damage, and as you said, tanked a lot more damage too.
He did so much work there. Also, that Arena catching the Ember when he remnanted back was huge. Ends up converting that kill on the Ember that might have escaped, been able to heal, and then come back again, which would have been massive for Spirit, considering the damage output from the Sven is just non-existent. And I thought this fight's over at the grip. The fact Ame tanks this entire thing, gets out, super good Arena from XXS, and XG are able to turn. Gotta sacrifice your Leshrac here, but he was already out of mana. So you will take this trade. I mean, you got a lot here on the return. And really nice concoctions from Ame. Lands them all on really good core targets. You're getting glimpse backs. These 2 supports can chase you down. Like, it's pretty nasty to try and disengage from this lineup if the fight starts going bad. Right. That's the thing for Spirit. And when you go into these fights, you better make sure you're winning them, because you are not getting out. Double chase down support in an Alchemist.
It was a crazy amount of heal he got during that fight. Like, his ult was popped, and he must have had 10 stick charges, but it looked like a mech went off, man. Like, all of a sudden, he was just like 300 HP higher when Laurel tried to go on him.
I think it was a Lotus Pass or something.
Yeah, that might be it, actually. I was looking through inventories. I was like, where did that extra burst come from? Shin-Q, he does have 1 Lotus, so maybe he had a second one that passed over. Something definitely happened.
XG can also build some auras in this game. They're eyeing some Lotus Orbs. They're eyeing Pavis into Solar Crest for the Disruptor. Drum already done for Jin-Q. There's definitely some nice small ways to buff this Alk and accelerate this early game. Also great buffs for the Leshrac. Like, both these cores on the front line can do a lot with some of these auras if XXS on this Mars wants to go more of a utility route. It seems perfectly fine here. Another gate into mid. Spirit do not want to give XM any freedom along this mid lane going to this tower.
It does mean gate is on cooldown. No kill for it. Xtreme immediately 3-man smoke up and pushing to bottom where XXS is.
They want to find the Sven down here, but it's going to be
Not
Rue
going to
running
find him. They're going to find Rue instead. Drop the ward to spot him. Immediate static storm just to ensure the kill.
That's a fine smoke tank here. X-Nova, yep, he'll get the drop, but he's just out of range of that obs up north, so misses the ward on that. At least you land something. This is a lot of time for the Alk.
Going for the kill on XXS. They've got full vision of him, and they know there's no heroes nearby. A defensive ward in the jungle helped Yatoro set this one up. That trio that came into the jungle, they knew. They didn't keep pushing forward, and now they're going to find the extra kill on X-Nova as well.
Nice hasted. It's just so many power runes for Laurel this game. Like, you're going to get something with him. Or not.
Apparently not. Haste rune runs out, and he had enough HP. Raindrop, fluffy hat.
There's BKB for the Alk, by the way. This is a very strong timing for Ame. He's just going in. No, he's going out.
Yeah.
But he's racing the Sven BKB timing here as well. Yatoro is about 1,000 off, so if XG can get the fight going right now, they have a big advantage in terms of this Alchemist being invincible and this Sven still being targetable.
Especially set up right now for Tormentor play. This is a bold move for Team Spirit to take this when you do not have the BKB.
And they also don't have God Strength. That got used on the bottom play, so if you get stuck in a fight right here against a team that can chase you down...
You got to get this and get out. But they're going to turn and fight, maybe? No. TP away, but they got him on the glimpse and the spear. The global sounds gets used there to try and protect him, but Laurel and Collapse have been left behind. Laurel has a chance to get away, but Collapse is definitely dead. Let's see if Laurel can actually get out. Yule's into the spear back. He's done as well. 2 cores pick off in exchange for a Tormentor play.
Shard went to the Bane. They don't even have the greatest Shard heroes in this game. I mean, it's fine, but that was not worth it for Spirit. Maybe economically, I'm sure there's some coaches like AUI would be like, that's worth it 100%, but in my eyes, XG would rather have the kills there. They
yeah, if you were to throw gold and experience into the mix, particularly since you have some pretty experience. Oh, wait. Once again, Xtreme,
nice kill.
They make a move, and then they only leave 1 hero behind in that area, and Team Spirit pounce on that.
I agree. The post-move sequences for XG have not been super clean, and it's cost them a lot in this game. It gives little windows for Spirit to claw their way back after all these big core kills have occurred.
I mean,
particularly
theoretically, against other teams, this would work, right? There are a lot of other teams where you hit a space with a 4 or 5 man move, and then you don't want to be stuck up there with that many heroes, right? You want to be efficient. You want to play the map, so you only leave 1 or 2 behind, and everybody else farms the other parts.
I mean, the ironic sequence about this game has been a lot of the fights have gone XG's way because God Strength has been on cooldown for the fight. But the reason God Strength's been on cooldown for the fight is because Yatoro used it to kill somebody after the previous fight didn't go Spirit's way.
Right. So it's like a vicious cycle, but I don't know who's winning it.
It's kind of weird. Like, he doesn't have God Strength top, but that's because he solo killed your Mars bottom.
Yeah.
So is that a good trade-off for XG? Not really. It's not progressing their game at the pace they want. But it is creating an awkward sequence for Yatoro. Now, however, he will have that God Strength up for the next fight, and he has BKB finished. So you didn't get that big exchange with the Alk BKB before the Sven has his.
Yeah, and we only have a 2,000 net worth lead for Xtreme. They haven't taken the mid tower yet. It feels like for an Alchemist lineup, they are behind.
A little bit, but I do like their itemization across the board. Like early BKB for the Lesh, it's going to be double Yules between the Mars and the Breaker, and then just utility. Pipe for the Mars, extra Solar Crest on that Disruptor I mentioned. There's a lot of kiting in this lineup, and Yules against the Ember, really good setup. You're getting concerned for Laurel as he's trying to push towards early BKB of his own. I think BKBs for both teams are going to be insanely valuable, which to me also puts a lot of pressure on Ruin this game, on this 4 Bane.
Sure.
You need some big grips as this game goes down the line. If the fights are coming down to an Alk and Sven going in with BKB, grip can make the difference in those situations.
Yeah, and how do you get a good grip when you've got Spear, Charge, Nether Strike?
Double Yules.
Every single hero has a cancel, and a lot of them are long-range cancels.
And you just go the Aethel and Zags, and you hope your positioning is good enough.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a lot of interrupt in this lineup, and a lot of early utility for XG. They're gonna take the fights to Spirit here, and they're gonna have a lot of items to do it with. And it's not gonna be easy to kill people in these fights if the Sven is not there hitting them. You don't have another good damage source at this part of the game. I guess the Blade Mail and the Ember maybe counts for a little bit, depending on how much of that damage gets reflected. But again, BKB early on the Lesh.
Another power rune. Oh, never mind. X-Nova.
That was
managed to sneak the deny.
Incredibly bold deny with a lot of heroes off the map. There's a smoke for Spirit coming in right now. That could have been his death sentence.
That smoke, instead of mid, hit to bottom and did not catch XM. Farming defensively on the map.
And also keep this Breaker in mind. Xinkyu, he had a slow start. He's the most farmed core out of this first 25 minutes here.
Most support.
Sorry, yeah, support. He's always a core in my mind.
True.
This is a hero that can still scale like a beast if you get some big items.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets to BKB, he'll be freed up a lot.
He does damage.
I just think the pit is always so annoying. It's like playing against a Dark Willow as well. It's just like some of these heroes just debilitate your... Especially with the new Spirit Breaker, where they really killed his charge momentum. Quick kill onto the Silencer, and finally, Xtreme are set up to take this mid tower.
Oh, they got the charge on the Ember. No BKB yet. He's 200 off.
XM's here with a follow-up, and they certainly have enough damage and control to kill a silenced Ember Spirit.
Super nice move for Xtreme Gaming here. Again, using Ame's timings. That's an AC done on the Alk. They feel super strong. They get a kill into another kill, into a tower, into Roshan.
This will speed up the game a lot.
And all Yatoro can do is, well, think about what he can do next, because you're not doing anything right now. God Strength BKB available for what? Didn't get this fight for the Roshan. Ame just gets to clean it up. Still a perfect game for this Alchemist, 4-0-5. And that's one of the biggest things with this hero. If you cannot die that 1 or 2 times, it makes a huge difference. Because you might never die. Like, this hero can just become invincible.
Sure.
Under attack.
Yatoro will be trying to bring the damage to bring him low. Daedalus up next.
He needs the damage.
He does have level 19 as well, so soon to be that 20 talent.
He's also going to have a lot of utility behind him. Between the Underlord, Pipe, Lotus, plus the Atrophy Aura. You have the Global Silence. You have Solar Crest done. Both these lineups very carry-centric.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And both lineups have, like, kiting mechanisms. I mean, you get to the 20, you get the Warcry armor. Everybody on Spirit is going to have so much bonus armor that the Alchemist may not be able to kill heroes very quickly.
His damage does fall off a lot more than the super old versions of this hero used to.
But that is also where the Leshrac steps up, right?
Oh, for sure.
The difference between the two mid laners here is like Leshrac's going to bring a lot more damage to aid the Alchemist in blowing up heroes than the Emperors.
You're also going to have a pretty nasty timing if this Lesh can get to Shiva's here, where you have that Shiva's plus AC combo, and you're negating a lot of the physical damage coming out from Team Spirit.
Yeah.
Not find items for the Sven to try and fight through if you don't get that instant stun burst.
How many pollen bags do we have on Team Spirit? See, one on the Ember Spirit. Shin-Q. He's going to be fine. Lotus passed over to him.
Dodging that smoke coming through. Spirit had a read on it. Gets power and gets out. Just that one pollen bag.
Okay.
In terms of the anti-healing versus the Alk here.
Yeah, I was curious if that would be in higher demand. Feels like one of the rare games where pollen bag has a lot of value.
Look at this charge through.
There's that Daedalus, but he picks it up, and now he's been chain stunned, let out by the charge, and the chain stuns Yakutou. He got off the BKB, but he still gets swiped down by Ame, and now he works onto Collapse. Maposhka's gonna get run down as well. 3 easy kills for Xtreme Gaming. 2.5 minutes left on the Aegis 2.
The global was just not there quick enough. I'm not even sure it would have made a difference. Like, there's a lot of dispel in this XG lineup already. Perfect chain lockdown. You get that Sven low enough, sure, he gets BKB off, but Ame's just there to clean him up, especially with those corrosive weaponry blades. 4,000 damage from the Alk, 0 done from the Sven. The story continues here as Ame has Yatoro's number. And what a find for Jin-Q. One charge just broke this game open.
And now Xtreme hitting that 10K lineup. Ame, that's funny, swaps in. He's still holding on to that Soul Ring just because mana is such a big issue for this Alchemist. But he is rapidly reaching like full hard 6-slotted territory.
Yeah, he's almost 10K ahead of this Sven. That's the territory you want to be in with this Alk versus anybody. You get to Swift Blink Abyssal Blade, you're just going to make his life miserable. XG just playing this mid game super well, and Spirit, they had some okay defensive maneuvers, but it does not feel like we've seen anything offensive from them in a long time outside of a couple of those, you know, Sven plays around the map.
Yeah, the early pickoffs that they got, but those slowed down, especially now that we've reached, like, Xtreme Gaming doesn't really have a reason to split up at this point. They can just kind of make 5-man moves.
Yep, for sure. Spirit Breaker can clean up the waves. They're just going high ground. Minute left on this Aegis. This has been a long Aegis period for Spirit. Get the glyph out here, but does Ame care? His ult is out. 25 seconds, can sleepwalk him in. They're going to bring the Sven back. They'll just walk it off.
Catch and release. Hoping that the Aegis will just tick out naturally.
Spirit are going to make a move here. They're going to try and strike right when this Aegis expires. Yatoro did finish the Daedalus. He's level 20.
Okay, it's going to have to be one of those longer smoke wraparounds because you still have 30 seconds left on that Aegis.
Oh, they're eyeing this top power rune.
Bait it out?
Yeah, this is a really nice bait play. But do XG bite? They don't have interest.
Is a regen really that enticing?
No.
If it was an amp damage, right? Like, oh, they definitely want that.
XG had vision on the rune.
If they sit on the triangle, Xtreme might back up into it. They had good vision on that triangle too. Would have been a nice spot to, but it looks like Tormentor is the call instead.
Yeah, they're just not risking anything. They know they have a commanding lead right now. They just got the Abyssal and the Alchemist. Really tough item for the Sven to fight into. Another Tormentor play from Spirit.
Don't have to use God's Strength for it. And the Shard for Collapse. I don't feel like that's terribly noteworthy.
Yeah, it's a little extra value, but nothing crazy here.
Yeah, if they somehow like burst down a hero barely, maybe we could point to that Shard being part of the reason.
They just TP'd their entire team to this outpost.
Teleport away, it's not gonna happen. Caught Collapse out in the side lane. And is that enough of a signal for Xtreme to go high ground once again, this time with no Aegis, but a man down on Spirit?
They're really cutting the rat action out of Spirit's game plan here. This Spirit Breaker has had a very strong tangible impact, and I believe a very strong intangible impact in the sense of Spirit being a little scared to show on waves, particularly with supports. Even this Underlord, as we saw there.
Sure.
The Sven doesn't want to show. It's giving a lot of extra map control for XG to play with.
Yeah, really the only hero who can show in theory is Laurel.
A lot of pressure on this Ember to push the waves out. He's just one guy. Hasn't had the best game either.
Well, he's not just a guy, he's a TI winner.
Okay, I wasn't trying to, you know, throw any flame or anything.
Early gem going to be picked up. Love that pickup. You've got control of the game. The biggest thing is just to make sure you don't get caught out by some sort of sneaky ward.
I think the support duo for Spirit has just felt clunky. I think that's been the biggest deciding factor here. Like,
yeah,
not a support duo that has made a lot of plays in this game, not capable of setting a lot up, not good at leading the aggressive fights.
Double observer wards off of that gem.
Oh, man.
What a great start.
That's just pure. Put the gem back in the fountain, right? Job's done.
Yeah.
Get it in 5 minutes again. And Ame, he is almost to that Swift Blink on top of that Abyssal. He was thinking about Ags, but...
XM's almost to the well, there it is. Shivas.
Yeah, there's the Shivas. Actually are just hitting all their item timings right here. Got an amp damage in the bottle. This is...
All that's left to you
so
get an extra Roshan, and then you just try and end the game with that Aegis, right?
Of course, a lot can go wrong for you there, right? Like, 10k lead is not a lot here, especially considering it's against Team Spirit.
It's also an Alchemist lead. It's expected for him to have probably 5-digit lead by this point.
But this is where you want to be, at least roughly, plus or minus 5k. Did see the Axe picked up on the Bane. That is significant here if you can land a really good grip on the core target.
That makes a big difference, because now we know that grip is actually going to last. Right, because Static Storm can't get both illusions.
No, I can get two of the three.
You can get two of the three. You can get Bane and one of his illusions.
It's definitely possible, actually, you can get the cancel if it's a very influential one. Like, if it lands on the Alk, they feel they need to get rid of it to take the fight. They do have the tools to do it. So, we should not rule it out. You're really looking to land this on either the Lesh or the Alk, though. You will grip the Mars if XXS initiates and you can grip him before his whole kit comes out.
Sure.
I would take that.
But otherwise, it's Sven all day. A charge through both supports. What a sick start there for Jin Q. How he got that opening, I'm not quite sure. But it's a doozy. And that leaves the base wide open for Xtreme.
Absolutely wrecked him.
Nice little high ground ward, spotted him out, got the charge, and then they just ended up lining up perfectly. There's still Roshan to be taken, and Xtreme are going to wait for it.
I have everything they need.
Unlucky for them. Seems like it's going to be a little bit of a later spawn.
They got so many D-wards off this gem, though. Just don't have vision to get out on the map with. It's going to cause Spirit to have to clump more. Does Ame know that Yatoro's here? No. I also just don't even know what items Spirit are trying to get to that is going to change the dynamic of the fight at this point. Like, it feels like all the utility XG are building up. It all sounds great to me. We just saw the Lincolns on XXS, the BKB on the Breaker. You know, more damage or survivability on the Lesh is great.
I mean, scaling up the Ember, that's going to help, right?
A little bit, but...
Him having Aghanim Scepter relieves some burden of Sven.
He doesn't do much in the initial clash during the BKB durations, which is where I feel like these fights are getting decided.
Smoke up in Spirit. They're trying to get into this Roshan territory. They don't want to let Xtreme have it for free, but they're going to break on the low ground, break onto Ame too. Not the best target for him, especially with the Lincoln, especially with Lotus and Arena on 3. And there's the jump from Ame. Outside of it, a Sven that gets stunned up while the 3 inside are decimated.
That fight is over the second that Arena lands. And that is a terrible position to go up for Team Spirit. XG hold the high ground, just park their Alchemist on top of it. I mean, what are you going to do? Run in and grip him? That's a death sentence.
Worst possible smoke setup there for Spirit.
And it's a result of that gem doing so much work around the map.
Yeah, they're just completely blind, had no information about where Xtreme was possibly going to be playing here.
And have nowhere to go to take that fight. Like, they're just walking around the entire map blind. You're going to have to go up a hill blind because every hill for you is blind. 0 wards on the map right now for Team Spirit. You do not see that often. But XG have controlled it really well. They've controlled the objectives, they've controlled the vision, and they've given up very little. They will be rewarded with an Aegis on Ame, almost level 25. Thinking about pulling an Ags. Generous. Very generous.
I mean,
see if he commits to that.
Kind of running out of slots.
I mean, the Lesh Ag sounds great this game, right? Nihilism. That'll be a successful TP. This game looks tough. I don't have to say that for Spirit because they're beasts at pulling games back, but Dynamization's just been too good here for XG. I mean, they can even go Wind Wakers off these 2 Yules. That's just brutal for this Spirit lineup, right? Against the Bane, against the Sven, against the lineup that has to win a fight off single target initiation, and you're potentially going to end up playing into multiple Wind Wakers as this game goes really late. If that ever comes out, I don't think you have a chance at that point.
Aname gonna force things, early banner to be used, and first chemical raid.
All right, it's all on Yatoro. Gotta land some sick jump with the Sven here and take somebody out.
Who do you try and take out?
Mars or Lesh?
Lesh? No.
One of those two. Don't have the smokes to really do it. Just watching for now.
Certainly not jumping the Alchemist with an Aegis and these Lotuses and Lincolns being passed over to him as well. But Xtreme are showing nobody else. It's the only person showing in this high ground push. And Ame will try and make his joke. Doesn't see an opening, that's okay. Plenty more where that came from.
I got 3 minutes on this Aegis. That's so much time to work with here. Not a situation where Spirit can wait out the clock. You will have to take this fight.
Bits of blade into a stun, into a spear with the arena. Laurel looks like he's going to be okay, but they had to use the global silence. There's going to be the Fiend's grip, but it was pretty useless.
Yatoro in. Not enough damage.
Oh, and he immediately got charged up by Jin Q. That is going to be Moses BKB held at ransom. Jin Q, he needs to try and get some hits off, but he's getting bashed up by both the Alchemist and the Spirit Breaker.
That's it.
No shot. GG is called Xtreme. We'll take game 1.
Man, what a game from them. Start off this series, get a solid win on the board in style with the last pick Alchemist for Ame, who just played a perfect game.